Okay. So, a couple things is we had Super Saturday this weekend, and a bunch of us went up to Minneapolis, Ham Lake, or around the suburb of Minneapolis. But it was really cool. I think there was about 13 of us total, from the whole entire team that made it up there. And I know a few of them shared on Heather's team call kind of about the experience and, what it meant to them. But I think a lot of us just took away that, it's so much bigger than just our team, and there's so many teams that were there, and to actually just be able to see like Siggy and Barbie and to work out with him and stuff, like that was just kind of cool. And I think it was something I put on my dream board at the beginning of the year that I would go to every Super Saturday, just because I think it's so important to build your business and to grow and to see all those opportunities and just to kind of learn and go from there. So the next one is August 6th, I believe. So we will, I don't know, we might run our own Super Saturday and start off and kind of build, but we will talk more about that obviously as it gets a little bit closer. Heather is also running a free group on Monday. It's like a free salad, like you swap out one of your meals for a salad. And so I think I'll probably post about that tomorrow night and just see if I get some people that are interested in wanting to do that. I'm not going to push it like as much as I did the clean eating group. I'll just post about it and kind of see what happens. But if you want to be involved in that, or you want to have some people that are interested, just let me know and I can make sure that you get into that group as well. The other thing I noticed is we're going to talk about the challenge tracker up a little bit later too, but I noticed like some people were telling me, oh, I have so-and-so and they haven't gotten their email yet, and they haven't gotten their email yet. And then, oh, they got the email and they got the code, but it doesn't work. The code should work, okay? And I know like Megan's told people, if you've already been in a challenge group, like you just have to go to your app and open it and there'll be the invite there, which I've noticed as well too. The other thing is your people have to have an account in order for them to sign up. And if they don't have an account with you, they are getting signed up under me. So I've had a lot of people pop up on as my new customers, and I'm like, these people are not my customers and they're not my leads, but they're in our challenge group. So you need to make sure that they are getting a free account with you, or they are purchasing something through you, because now they're signed up with me, and if they purchase something, it's going to go through me. So you need to make sure, and that, remind them that they need to sign up with their, like, what account information they have their account with, what they signed up with. They can't just make up a new email. They have to use the one that they used before. So I think that might alleviate some of our problems. So just make sure that they are signed up with you and that they are using that account. Another thing is just try to get me those names and those emails as soon as possible. Like Erin, I know, like I'm not talking to you right now, like you're the exception. Being in the hospital is okay, but like everything else, check back with your alum sooner. Like I would really love to get all of the invites sent out like Sunday night, because that way Monday and Tuesday, like I understand if somebody signs up Monday, that's different, but try to get all the names on the list by Sunday night, because that way then we also know, okay, do we need to split? Like this time, we're right around 30, which I don't think we really want to get any bigger than that. So just make sure that you are updating the list and you're talking and getting back to those people. And every time I check and see that people still haven't received it, like I still send out that resend email. And we found out, like with Katie, that everybody gets a different code, and if you use somebody else's code, then they're not going to be able to get on it. So make sure that you are using the code that was sent to you. And as a coach, sometimes I forget to add you in, like if I don't have your email. So just make sure you drop your email there as well too. Okay. That's kind of all I had for announcements. Do you want to talk about the tracker app a little bit, like what you guys think? I've been trying to send out kind of like some weekly assignments, just because I think that's a good way to just continue, like I don't want to say I'm giving you an assignment, but just another way to get you involved. Like Okay, you need to post a recipe. You need to, this is your engagement for the day. Like that way you're not just posting your workout, you know, we're all kind of adding into it. I thought it went really well last week, so I just kind of added that on again. So, thoughts? Comments?
The only issue I've had with the tracker app is, if I don't take the picture before I go into the tracker app, you know, it gives you the option to take a picture like while you're in the app. I was trying to do that, and then when I clicked like take picture or whatever, it would log me out, and I'd have to log back in, and then whatever. So that was the only problem I ever had. So every time I tried to take a picture, I had to go through my camera, and then instead of like you have to upload it through the library instead of. I mean, it's not hard. It was just that was the only frustrating thing. But
and I guess like for me, I usually am taking like my picture that I'm going to post on my Facebook, and then I just like know that I need to take one for the group. So I guess I didn't really notice that at all, but that makes sense. Or that, does anybody else have that issue at all? Is it logging you out? Okay. All right. I know everybody else like on Heather's page and stuff, they don't like that tracker app, but I like it. I like getting all my notifications there. Again, I think the only downfall is like that you can't, that if I open the group, I'm the only one that can see who's active and who's doing stuff. So just remember, eventually you will be growing your team big enough that you'll be running all your groups yourself. So, right? So eventually it'll all happen that way. The other thing that was mentioned in the group was about growing to Emerald. And that video that I posted with Bonnie Engel was about Success Club. And I feel like it's something that we talk about a lot, and it's something that is sometimes hard for people to grasp. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if we just don't, if we make it seem too complicated or we don't put enough emphasis on it on the beginning. But getting to Emerald, like we say, it's a decision. Like it's a choice. You know, we say if you want one person to sign up, you have to send out 10 invites. So, you know, you think of 20 people that you know and you invite them, and 2 of them are going to say yes. Boom, there you go, you're Emerald. And I think it just comes down to, I truly believe that it comes down to like hitting Emerald, hitting Success Club. It comes down to those 3 vital behaviors. It comes down to sending your invites. It comes down to tracking them. It comes down to following up with them. It comes down to drinking your shake and doing your workouts and doing what you want people to do with you, and then reading that personal development and building your confidence. And it's just a compounded effect. You can't just do that tomorrow and expect to hit Success Club 10. You have to show up and do it every single day of the month in order for you to succeed. I've told you guys my story before, like in September and October when I hit Success Club really early, and then I kind of backed off and I felt, oh, I have 10 points. I don't need to get any more. And then when the new month rolled around, I had no contacts because I had stopped messaging. I had stopped inviting. I kind of noticed the same thing last week. Like, I didn't stop messaging. I still sent out 3 to 5 invites a day. I was still posting on social media. I was still following back. But I didn't, like, with being sick and just everything, I didn't have that oomph behind all of my stuff. And it's the 5th of the month, and I am not anywhere close to where I want to be for my Success Club goal. So today and yesterday, I sat down and I sent over 10 invites. Those were challenge group invites. And then actually went back to people that I invited in August and September, and I re-invited them. I said, hey, you know, I know it wasn't a great time for you then, but here's what we got going on now, and maybe now's a better time. Like, do you think now's a better time? And some of them said, nope, it's still not a great time. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, that means they just really don't want to join, which is fine. I can not cross them off my list, but like I can mark that down. But a few of them were like, you know what? Yeah, it is a better time. Okay. So it comes down to, you can't just one day send out your invites and expect everything to happen. You have to do it. You have to show up every single day. And as a new coach, like, you have to go through training. You have to participate. You have to do the assignments, and you have to build that schedule, that way you're going to do things, and then continue it. You have to do it every single day. You know, if you think of it in your classroom, if you one day gave the kids an assignment, or I don't even know, I can't think of a good metaphor right now off the top of my head, but it's just something that you have to do every single day, and that's what it comes down to. And as a coach that's trying to build a team, it's important that you are expressing that Success Club goal to your team, because Success Club is the root of everything. It is what builds the stability in your legs. It is what replaces those people that go inactive. It is what builds your commission, and it builds your volume, and it builds your team cycle bonus, and it builds your income. All of that, again, comes down to Success Club and getting those 5 points, getting those 10 points, and really building those relationships with those people, helping them reach their goals, having them go through an awesome challenge group, because what's going to happen when they are having an awesome time in their challenge group is they're going to want to be coaches. They're going to be active. They're going to want to help others because they had such a great experience. And we all know our best challengers, our best coaches come from challengers. And the only way to have them have a great experience is through the challenge group. So commenting on their posts, not just your own coaches or your own challengers, but everybody's, giving them some motivation and encouragement. And, today I saw one of my challengers, she just signed up to do a second round, but she posted on her Facebook page, like, about her workout. And I was like, I messaged her right away. I'm like, holy moly, like, do you want to coach? Obviously I didn't say that, but I was like, you're posting on your page, like, you're doing everything I'm doing. Why not? Do you want some information? And so I invited her to that sneak peek event tomorrow. So it's just things like that, like getting to Emerald and getting to Success Club, that's the root of everything. And if you focus on just building that stability and building that volume, because once you have stable legs, then you can start to stack that weak leg, and you can start to really grow your income and cycle more and grow from there. But the root of it comes down to Success Club. And how do you hit Success Club? By those 3 vital behaviors, by inviting, by doing follow-ups and tracking. I honestly think that the tracking and the follow-ups are almost as crucial as the invites, because I learned not early on, but I learned eventually, like, just because somebody didn't respond to your message, okay, maybe they were ignoring you, maybe they read it and they just ignored you, but from my experience and what I choose to believe is that 9 times out of 10, they honestly either didn't see it or they actually opened it and legitimately forgot to respond. Because not everybody is glued to Facebook Messenger like we are. That's our lifeline when it comes to inviting and our business. But most people aren't like that. They don't constantly check the messenger. I never used to before either. I used to be like, what is that annoying notification? I never used to check them. So that's kind of what I had from there. I mean, I think especially when you're trying to get your new coaches going, it can be frustrating because Emerald, it's 2 people, so sometimes when you're trying to get those new coaches going, it can be frustrating. But just to promote that Success Club and to promote the inviting and encourage the invites, I know one time I was talking to Megan and she was like, I remember when I started and you would message me and we're like, did you send out your invites today? And she was like, oh, it's kind of annoying, but like sometimes you have to do that. Like you have to, make sure, or you have that checklist where you're constantly crossing stuff off and knowing that you're moving your business forward. And for me, it's a good way for me to look and be like, okay, you know what? I've got 2 things on here that I haven't crossed off, so I really need to cross those off before I go to bed tonight. And I can look back to last week and I can guarantee you I have way more blank spaces than I do X's from last week. And it shows because now I'm trying to rebuild my momentum back up from where I was before. So I know it comes down to Success Club. It really does. And just the inviting and the posting and sharing the opportunity. So I don't know if that really answered what you guys were looking for, but. You guys have any questions or anything I can add?
So, that coach thing for Heather tomorrow, how is that going to run? Because I know it has like Super Saturday, like focused, but is it going to talk at all about like coaching, or is it just?
Yeah, I pulled up the script, and it's like almost like it's pretty similar to what we normally do.
Okay.
I think this Kim Dang, or however you say her name, she's trying to put more of a focus on like the team aspect of it, and how like at Super Saturday we all got together and we were all there. And so like if you want to share some pictures that you have from Super Saturday, you can share those in there and stuff. So I think it's gonna be like all day. I think there's a post every hour. So there'll be the coaching to show like the team aspect and stuff.
Okay. I feel like, I don't know, I was like sending out messages and stuff today, but I feel like my legs are slowly like, not my actual legs, but like my beach body legs are like slowly, I don't know, like falling apart, I guess. Cause like I'm starting to get to the point where people are at that 3 month, like either they're coaching or they're just done type of thing. And like I have Brittany and Aaron, but I just feel like I don't know. And I know I'm signing people up, but at the same time I'm signing people up, and then once I get it, I go to Aaron's account and everything, and I know that, but I don't know. I'm panicking, I guess.
Yeah, and we are hitting that point too, I think, where people, I know for me, I've been noticing a lot too, like people are hitting that 3 month span. But I know March was kind of a slower month, like in terms of people wanting to commit to stuff. But I feel like April, I have a feeling towards the end of April, it will really kind of take off again, just because I think people will be like, oh crap, like it's almost May, But I've been getting a lot of no's, like a lot of no's.
Yeah.
And actually what I've started to do is when somebody tells me no, and Kevin told me last night this was ballsy, but like if they tell me no, I've been responding back with like, thanks for getting back to me, blah blah blah. I know that challenge groups and accountability and stuff like that isn't for everybody, but I'm trying to help as many people as I can. Like, do you have anybody that that could use some help? And then like nobody's, either they haven't responded or they're like, oh, I'll think on it and let you know. But I'm like, you know what, at least like, and maybe, who knows, maybe if I'm getting really desperate in the middle of April, I'll go back and be like, so did you think of anybody? Like, give me somebody. But I did go back, like I said, I started to fill out another calendar of people that I want to check back with from like September, and just check back with them. And I've gotten some good responses from those people. So
I just have a lot of people that said no, like in January and February they wanted like the fix, and so like when I go back now it's even more expensive than the first time. So then it's like people are like, oh, I'll think on it, and then it's hard because then it's like, when do you go back and ask, and then when do you kind of I am trying to talk to some of my coaches to see if they want to like coach or not coach, kind of like how Erin says it, shit or get off the pot. So I did find that some of them are, wanting to keep going, and some of them are not. So that was good conversation to have, because I know we talked about that on the car ride, that was what I was struggling with. So that's positive.
Yeah, and some people get started and they realize it's not for them, or they realize that they don't necessarily have the time or energy to put into it. But I think when you are trying to build a business, like, you have to cut out that dead weight, I guess you could say, and really like, what do they say? You should focus the top 20% of your business. Like, that's who you really have to focus your time on, like your top 20% producers.
Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know, I don't mean anything like bad that they wanted a coach and now they don't. Like, that's totally fine. It was just kind of like the conversation, like I kind of put it out there a few times and never got anything back, and